Hey everyone! Alright, so I'm here to do an update video and a wrap up video. For those who care where I've been for like this 5 months since I last filmed, I been busy, I guess. Well, for one thing, I am pregnant, so that's been taking up a lot of my time and a lot of my focus. And mommy brain is no joke. You legit will get it. And then it's inevitable. So I forget a lot of things and sidetracked, and my timing and scheduling is just not with me right now. So, but yeah, I'm 26 weeks, so 6 months, which is 6 months, and I'll be 27 weeks next, or this Thursday, which is Christmas. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. It's really exciting, and I'm totally excited, but I cannot wait to be done. Sorry, my dog's just like right there, right here. See his little snouty? Trying to get attention because, yeah, he's like my first son. Anyways, so moving on. And I've also been in school this past semester, so that's been taking up a lot of my time and focus, like any school is. And yeah, and being pregnant in school is no joke either. Like, seriously, like I used to be able to take 4 classes, study from, do the papers, do the work, be good. This, I felt like I had no time for anything for school. Like, I didn't know what it was. And then I realized it's because I'm pregnant. It's just, my focus isn't there. I'm always thinking about the baby. But it is what it is. It's done. I have more time. And I'm also in the process of buying a house, which is also taking up a lot of time and stress and focus. And it's crazy. And I can't wait till buying a house is over, because it's one of the most stressful things I've ever gone through in my life. And I'm ready to be done. Ready. So yeah, that's where I've been, and I'm so sorry. I feel like I say this like with every video. I am not consistent with my timing. With I don't put one each week, one each day. Like, it's like one each every 2 months or something. So I'm gonna try to be more consistent this upcoming year. That's going to be my New Year's resolution, that I'm becoming more consistent with my book or my YouTube. So I hope so, because I really want to make this a thing. Yeah. So that is enough about me. That's pretty much it. And just a little disclaimer. I'm sorry about the lighting and everything. First off, it's like raining outside, so it's a bit dark and gloomy, so I put the light on, and my dog is being weird right now. Anyways, and I'm filming off my phone because my dad has my camera and he hasn't given it back to me yet. So I really wanted to film and start this again. So I'm like, why not just do it on my phone? Why? Doesn't matter. I don't do anything really fancy anyways yet. So yeah. But let's go on to my wrap up. I think I read like 4 or 5 books since the last time I talked to you guys. And yeah. So first I read Still Missing by Chevy Stevens. And what this is about, it's a thriller about Annie Sullivan, sorry. Excuse me. She gets abducted by this psycho while she's showing a house. She's a realtor. And it's basically kind of about what happened while she was being abducted. And also, it's also like about like the aftermath of her abduction. So that's not a spoiler. You already know going into the book that she is alive, that she does not die, and so that is not a spoiler. And this book is really cool, like the way it's written. She writes it in like 2 different perspectives. One perspective is like, they're the chapters that are listed, session 1 or session 2. They that's the more present day, or not present day. Those are when you learn more about the abduction. Like, she'll be talking to her therapist about her abduction. So that's where you learn more about the psycho or what happened while she's being abducted. And then other chapters about what's happening present day, like what's on her mind, what is she doing, like, you know, talking or more learning about her family, her friends, her boyfriend, all this kind of stuff. So it's told in the perspective of like what's going on now and how this abduction has affected her, and also also tells you the story of her abduction. So I thought that was really cool because a lot of like abduction or thriller books, you pretty much just learn, just talks about the abduction and that's it, and you don't, and like that's it. There's nothing like happens after. If the person doesn't die or anything, there's nothing that happens after in the book. So I thought that was kind of cool. I out of 5 stars, I'd probably give this like a 4. I kind of wanted to give it like a 3 out of 5 stars, but then I realized I was trying to compare it to Gillian Flynn, and to me, she can't really compare it to Gillian Flynn. So as a book, as a one individual book, Still Missing was really good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was very entertaining, and if you are in the mood for a thriller that's not Gillian Flynn, I would go for this book. Yeah. So after that, I really want to read something very light, not like super dark and cheery and make you feel or something like that. So I decided to read um, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. And this is a YA book about like a road trip around America, or not like around America, but like they're both moving to the East Coast. I believe this is so long ago. It's like the East Coast, like the Boston or something, or to Massachusetts. I forgot. Sorry. And they decided to do a tea tour instead of going through Amy's like super controlling mother's plans, because her mom had like a structured like tour plan for their road trip across to Massachusetts, but they of course detoured, and it's really cool to like I really enjoy learning more about like different places in America, and I found it really cool that they show pictures or receipts of like different places that they stopped at. I thought that was really interesting and like really more interactive and stuff. And it was really cool that while Morgan Matson was writing this book, she was actually taking this like road trip. So it's not like something she's making up or like she did a long time ago and she's trying to like recollect that trip. I just really found that interesting. So I would give this book a 3.5 out of 5. It was a good book, but I really like romance novels, and I felt like there wasn't that much romance in this book, and I felt like there should have been, and that just might be me because I really like romantic novels, but also because like in most YA books, the romance doesn't come to the very end of the book. This legit didn't come to the very end of the book. There was like nothing. There was no hints like of their crushing on each other during the story either. It basically was mostly about the road trip and like their family issues and stuff. And then like then it's like, okay, why not have like a little romance at the end or something, you know? I don't know. It's like it was. And I'm sorry if that comes off as a spoiler. I don't know. But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a nice light read, but it was not my favorite book. Anyways, next I read Anna and the French Kiss, which I loved. And I'm not just trying to jump on the bandwagon or anything. I loved Anna and the French Kiss. It was like the cutest love story I've ever read, but like one of the cutest love stories I've ever read. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because it was the boarding school in Paris or anything. Like, and I'm gonna hop right onto the bandwagon with everyone else. I don't know what it is about boarding school books, but I love them. I'm right with you, all you guys, all the other booktubers. There's something about like boarding school books that make them like super interesting and like I don't know. But I really love this book, and like St. Clair. I have a crush on him, and he's not even real. And yeah, I don't know. I just really liked it, and I love like Stephanie Perkins' writing is really good, and I love the secondary characters too. like most books, you don't really hear much about their friends or their family or whatever. They don't have much personality, but even like his friends or their friends had a lot of personality, had their own personality, and they're all different. They were all like, they're like someone you like, like you can go to school with. Like you could have known these kids. If I don't know if I'm really like explaining it right, but these characters actually seem real, rather than just like, oh, I'm just gonna throw in a friend here. She's my best friend, and that's it. There's like they each had their own little attitude, their own little personality, their own little quirks. I loved it. Loved it. Loved that book. It was awesome, and it was different than Amy's and Roger's Detour. Yes, their romance came at the end, but there was like that probably came off a spoiler too. I'm sorry. But the romance did come at the end, but there was hints throughout the whole book. So it kind of get you this excitement. Like, it built the excitement up. You're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen at the end? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I liked it. So, do I even need to say 5 out of 5 stars? Awesome book. Then I read Lola and the Boy Next Door, which is a companion novel to Anna and Anna and the French Kiss. I did really like Lola and the Boy Next Door, and I pretty much have the same opinion as in, like, I really like the characters. The secondary characters were awesome too. I also like that, like, her characters aren't like, your typical YA characters. They're not like blonde and blue-eyed, perfect in school kind of people. They're like quirky. They're nerds. They're like unique. They're like Lola. There was actually a girl in my high school like Lola who dressed up every day. Like, never dressed like normal. She always had a costume or something that most people probably think is weird, but I thought she was the coolest thing. There's actually someone like that in my high school. But their characters are different. They have different interests. They're not just like these typical like jocks or these typical girls who are just like, that's what I love it. I love it. They're so different. And this, you know what I'm trying to say? So I really like Stephanie Perkins, and I like her writing. Lola and Boy Next Door probably give us 4 out of 5 because it wasn't it wasn't as good as Anna and the French Kiss. To me, it's a little bit more dry, a little bit more like the anticipation for certain things really wasn't there. I wasn't like dying to read the book like I was with Anna and the French Kiss. I'll be at work or at school and I'll be like dying to read it. Like I'm like, I need to go home. I want to read this book. Lola and the Boy Next Door, I was kind of like, I liked reading it. It was interesting, it was entertaining, but it wasn't like, I don't know. A lot of people say they like Lola and Boy Next Door better than Anna and the French Kiss. I'm not like that. Also, though, which is kind of cool, since the companion novel, some characters from Anna and the French Kiss, hence Sinclair, hence Anna, are in this book. So that's actually really cool. So you kind of, if you miss them, you kind of get a little taste, of them again. So I thought it was a really good book. I don't remember when I read this book. It was either before Still Missing or after Still Missing. I think this was before Still Missing. I totally forgot when I read this book. But one of the books I read was Landline by Rainbow Rowell. And I decided to get this in actual book form because it was on sale, and why not? And Rainbow Rowell's another author I really like because, again, she has characters in her books that are purely, like, different. They're not your stupid, stereotypical girl next door, jock, hot guy. They're all quirky, and I love that. Like, I don't know any other way to say it. But anyways, pretty much everyone knows what Rainbow or Landline's about, but basically, what's her name? Georgie and her husband Neil spend Christmas separated, or not like separated like with their marriage, but like she decides to stay home for work and he decides to go to wherever he's from to spend Christmas with his 2 daughters and his parents. So anyways, and she decides, like, she goes to her mom's house. Georgie goes to her mom's house and finds this old, like, those spinning phones, and she calls Neil on it, and it ends up being Neil from when they were first started dating back when they're in their 20s, I believe. And basically she's just learning more about her marriage and the issues within her marriage through this phone, and things happen. And this was a really, really good book. I don't think it's as great as some people have been saying it was. I think it was a good book. I think it was a really good book, but it kind of was a little bit bland to me. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like there should have been more talking on this magic phone, and I also feel like there should have been more issues with it. Like, the issues are serious within her marriage, I guess, but I really felt like it was just not that interesting, not that, oh my gosh, and I don't know. It just wasn't there for me. I did like this book, and I really feel like I appreciate this book since I am married, and if you are married, I feel like you would appreciate this book because it kind of is just interesting, and it kind of just makes you think a little bit, but it wasn't as grabbing as her other books are. So I liked it. It was entertaining, but it didn't live up to the hype to me, and yeah. So I guess I give this like 3.5 out of 5 stars. Sorry. Anyway, right now I am reading My True Love Gave to Me, and this is edited by Stephanie Perkins, but this is a bunch of short stories of other YA authors like Kelly Link, Jenny Han, Stephanie Perkins, Rainbow Rowell, and David Levitt, Gail Foreman, and others. And it's a Christmas book, so it is the 23rd of December right now, and Christmas is in 2 days, and I really wanted to finish this before Christmas. We'll see. I only finished the first story, and I'm on the second story now. So, when I told you I was a slow reader, I'm a slow freaking reader. But I plan to finish this, or get really far in this book today, and then, like, finish it tomorrow. Thumbs up. I don't know. Yeah, but this is the YA version, or UK version, sorry. It is so cute, if you can see, like, the pink and all the loveliness. So anyways, that's it, and I'm gonna stop this video before it gets way too long. There's my dog. But anyways, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye!